Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is very long overdue. I've been meaning to film this for a while now, and today I'm going to be doing a kind of spring clean, nice deep clean of my house, because honestly it's not the cleanest at the moment, so no judgment please. I've just been round and tidied everything up so everything's in its place at least, so I can go and do like a really big clean. In case you don't know, we have 2 dogs and I feel like everything has just been ruined in winter because of all like the muddy paw prints and stuff as well. So I'm going to be sorting all of that out today. I thought I would just run you through my kind of cleaning bits. So whenever I clean, I always just put all of my stuff in a plastic bag. I should really get one of those little cleaning caddies, but I just haven't got around to that. But I thought I'd talk you through the main kind of things that I've got in my bag. So I'm not going to be doing the bathrooms today. Steve actually cleaned those at the weekend, because that's our kind of split. Steve does like bins and bathrooms and I just do like everything else. So yeah, I'm going to be doing our bedroom, my office, the lounge, and then just our kitchen diner downstairs today. We have obviously a spare bedroom and like Steve's office, but one step at a time, guys. So first up I have this. This is one of my favourite cleaning things. It's just like a little microfiber duster. I use that to clean down all of the sides, and it's extendable as well, so it's really good for getting up and doing any kind of like cobweb situations. I've had that a while, so I don't know where that's from. Got myself some marigolds. I did a Click Marketplace order the other day and got loads of new cleaning stuff in that order, which most of it I'm going to be trying today. But yeah, my hands are really dry at the moment, so I wanted to put on some gloves and protect them. I've got some of this. This is from B&M. This is the elbow grease the glass cleaner spray. So I'm going to be giving the windows a quick clean as well. I have a spare kind of squirty spray bottle because I use disinfectant, which I dilute myself. So this is one that I got in my Click Marketplace order. I've never tried this before. It's a brand called Easy Inspirations, but it is lavender scented, and I thought that would be quite nice. Lavender is not really a scent that I normally go for, but with it being quite nice weather at the moment and fresh and spring-like, I thought I would give that a go. So I'm going to dilute that and put it in this bottle. 1 part disinfectant to 12 parts water, which is a lot more than Zaflora's. Zaflora's like 1 part disinfectant to 40 parts water, I think. But anyway, and then I have some of this. This is kind of fabric freshener by 4ml in cotton. So we spray that on my sofas and curtains and stuff, anything that just holds any kind of smells. What else have I got? Oh, these are some of the sponges and cloths I got in my Click Marketplace order. So I just have this sponge. I was going to go around and do loads of the skirting boards and kind of give them a good wipe. So I thought this would be good to use that. Kitchen cloth, general kind of cleaning cloth, and then I have a glass cloth as well. I have a couple more cleaning products downstairs in the kitchen because I need to do my oven as well because it's absolutely disgusting. I also picked up this the other day from Amazon. So my Hoover, I find it really difficult to get all of the stuff off of my stairs when I Hoover, and also places like my headboard on my bed gets so dusty along the top, and I try and Hoover it and clean it, and it's really difficult to get all of the dust off of it. Even when I use my little kind of nozzle attachment thing, it just doesn't get everything up. So I saw these, they're actually like lint scrapers, so I think you can use them on like your coat, your clothes and sofas and stuff. But I tested this out the other day and this works so well. I think it was about £10 for a pack of 2, but you can scrape any kind of like hard to get bits on your upholstery, sofa, literally anything, and get any hair, dust like gathered up off of it. But I'll show you using that later because I tested a bit the other day and I was really impressed. But anyway, time to stop procrastinating. I'm going to mix up my disinfectant now. I do actually use this on all of my furniture as well. I don't know if other people do that, if that's normal or not. That's what I do. It's worked fine for me. So I'm going to start in the bedroom and work my way around. I tend to start from the top down, so I'll do all of the dusting, get all of the kind of dusty fibres off of everything and then kind of hoover. And then one other thing, another other thing, I'm doing my blinds as well because I've got Venetian blinds and they collect so much dust. And my sister actually lent me her carpet cleaner. So she has one of the vacs, like it's like a giant hoover, but it's a carpet cleaner. She dropped it round and left it for me the other day. So I'm going to use that because we have quite a few muddy paw prints, like I said, in places. Milo, before he was properly toilet trained, obviously left a few messes in places which have left marks. So I'm going to go around and sort those out today as well. So first things first, I went round and dusted the whole room with my extendable microfiber kind of pole thing. So I went through all of my Venetian blinds, gave them a really good dust down. I went across the headboard for our bed with that lint scraper. You have to be really, really careful with this because it can kind of pull up bits of the fabric, but it does such an amazing job. It got rid of all of the fluff that was on top of the headboard. I also went around and dusted everything else, like our bedside lamps, our bedside tables, as well as our console table at the end of our bed as well. Once everything was dust free, I went in with the disinfectant that I had just mixed up, and I literally just spray it on, go over with my microfiber cloth. This leaves everything smelling really nice and fresh. Another tip I heard was that if you have artificial flowers, to also give them a little bit of a spray as well, because they'll hold the fragrance for a long time. I then went in and did the windows with my elbow grease glass cleaner and my glass cleaning cloth as well. I also gave the Venetian blinds another kind of wipe down with the disinfectant. For the skirting boards, I literally just went along with the duster and then put a bit of disinfectant on this kind of sponge here and gave them a wipe down as well. Another tip that I love is just tying your curtains up to be able to get into these kind of tight spaces and have them not be in the way. Our sheets aren't due to be cleaned just yet, but I thought I would go in with the fabric freshener as well as on the curtains as well, and all kind of soft furnishings in the room, just to make sure they smell nice and clean. Then once that was all done, I went in and hoovered the whole room. I've spoken about my hoover before, I absolutely love it. It's the Vax, I think it's called like the Power Blade, and it is so good. I was worried about getting a stick hoover like this, but honestly, it's really powerful and it lasts for ages as well. Onto my office, I tied the curtains up again to get them out of the way. And I started with just giving everything a quick dust down before going in with the disinfectant and giving it a wipe over as well. As you can see, my desk is really wobbly. I need to tighten the legs on it a little bit. I actually do my makeup at this desk, so that's why it gets so dirty so quickly. I also went in and gave the windows a clean in here as well, because the dogs love looking out here during the day. This is the rug that the dogs love lying on, so I give it a really good shake before going around and hoovering the whole room. Again, going in with my fabric freshener, spraying the rug and the curtains, anything that the dogs are like cuddled up in so it doesn't smell like dogs. Next room I did is the lounge. So again, you guys are gonna get bored of hearing this. I went in and I dusted everything down. I sprayed my disinfectant, gave it all a good wipe. I went in and dusted the coffee table as well, but I actually went in with the elbow grease glass cleaner because obviously the table is made of glass. And I actually really like this product because it has white vinegar in it, so it means it's not going to be streaky afterwards. I used the same product on our Juliet balcony doors as well. I then went round, plumped all of the cushions up, and also gave the sofa a good spray with the fabric freshener as well. Once that was all done, it was just a quick whip around with the Hoover as well. Now, no judgment here, this is all of the crap that came off of my stairs. I told you it was bad, but this lint scraper thing is honestly amazing. A lot of this is actually carpet fibres, but I think that because my Hoover's never been able to get in there properly, it's just a massive build up. So I would definitely recommend trying this if you struggle like me. Once I'd scraped all of the stuff up, I then took the long handle attachment off of my Hoover and went in with it. It's like a little handheld and just hoovered up all of the kind of excess dirt. Okay, so I've just finished cleaning upstairs. In case anyone was confused, we live in a townhouse and our lounge is actually upstairs. So those are all like the carpeted areas, so I wanted to just dust and clean and hoover all of the carpeted areas so that I could go over with the carpet kind of washer machine. I thought I'd explain this because this is probably not like a usual thing to do, so obviously I wouldn't do this every single week in my clean, but we're spring cleaning today, getting it nice and fresh for summer. So I don't know what this is actually called, the Vax Rapid Power Revive. Like I said, this is my sister's, but I know that she got it off of Amazon, so I'll try and like link it and get the exact same one. So it's so simple to use. You have this tank here, you fill this part with water and you fill this part with solution, and basically it has a rinse and a wash setting, and it also has a little trigger, not that you'll be able to see it, like a little trigger on the handle there. So what you do is you put it back with the holding the trigger on the wash setting, and you do a wash kind of setting, and then you go over it again with the rinse, so you're rinsing out all of the solution from the carpet. It also has a little toggle down here which is a quick clean and a deep clean. I'm going to be doing everything in deep clean, but it's so simple to use. It's really like quick and easy. There's also like a little, there's also this little bit here which basically allows you to attach more of a kind of like little handheld thing so you can do your upholstery as well. This machine is amazing. If my sister didn't have one, I'd be buying one myself, but obviously because she has one I can just steal it. So yeah, I'll show you the solution I got as well. So I got this from Amazon. It had really good reviews. I've used this once before. I did a huge clean. I did like our sofas, I did like our mattresses. You can literally do everything. But I got this same brand last time, but I got a slightly different one this time because I think the one I got last time was maybe a pet one. It was in a purple bottle, but it didn't smell that strong. So I got this one, which is Berry Fresh. It smells really good. It kind of smells like squash, like berry kind of squash, like summer fruits or something. So yeah, I'm gonna fill this up now, put my solution in. I think my sister said there's a little bit of solution in there already, but I'm gonna just top it up. And yeah, I'll try and show you the patches I'm trying to go over, because they're not, oh, it's purple. Where's the maximum line? Okay, there we go. That's the solution all topped up. I'll quickly show you the patches I'm going to go over. It's nothing like too bad, but like I said, it's just because we have dogs, and you obviously will let them outside in the winter, they'll get like muddy paws. We do wipe them off and clean their paws before they come inside, but if we want to come into the lounge or upstairs or anything like that and they follow us, then obviously we have light grey carpet, it just gets really mucky. So there's nothing awful, but there are just kind of like random patches here and there. The main bit is actually on the stairs. You can see where they run up the stairs. They always run up on the right side, because the stairs are fine, but there's like a little track going up the right side with their paw prints. But let me show you, I think there's like one patch in the hallway, one patch in here, but I'm just going to go over literally everything. Might as well give it all a freshen up because it's so quick and easy to do. Okay, so it is a little bit difficult to see now that I've hoovered, because there are kind of like little hoover lines, but you guys can see it's just, oh my gosh, it looks worse on camera. Whoa. Yeah, wow. Okay, well, that we're going to sort that today. I think the bedroom's fine. Maybe there's a little bit in the doorway there. You can obviously see where the dog's running into the bedroom all the time. There's a little bit on my office carpet here as well, but like I said, I'll just go over all of it. Then there's like a little bit there on the stairs, just like a little bit here, a little bit everywhere. Milo also had an accident when he was younger, on my rug, so there are some stains on here. So I don't know how it's going to handle this kind of fluffy style rug, but I'll try and get those out as well. Okay, so I've literally just done my office and the hallway, and I wanted to show you guys the colour of the water, because honestly it is disgusting. I did this not that long ago, maybe like autumn time, but it just goes to show how much crap gets soaked up into your carpets and you don't even really know. And this is probably just a good idea, even if you don't have like kids, animals or whatever that are getting your carpet all dirty, then it's just good to do it anyway, because this stuff, I'm glad I went with this carpet cleaner this time, because it smells so good. Ugh, look how gross that is. That is disgusting. That was like all in my carpet, and like I said, that's literally just from doing my office and that one bit of hallway. So it's really easy just to release this and you just like empty out into the bath or something. But yeah, I need to fill up the water as well. But let me really quickly show you the bits I've done, and then I'm probably going to do the lounge off camera just because it's a little bit easier. But yeah, let me show you what I have done. Bear in mind though that it's still wet. When I say wet, it's not like soaking, but it does leave your carpet kind of like damp for a little while. So if you do this, you need to be kind of prepared. Shut the door on the room, leave a window open, and just let it air dry for however long it takes really. It's normally only like, I don't know, like 24 hours. Right, so this is the hallway carpet now. So much better. So obviously it looks a little bit streaky from where I've just done it. I also did that little bit in the bedroom there. It looks really dark here, but I think that's just because I went over that a couple of times. That's literally just wet, I think, because on camera it does look a lot like murkier than in real life. And then my office carpet, do you remember before there was like a little stain there? Nice and fresh and clean. It's honestly so satisfying cleaning your carpets. But I'm gonna open the windows in here now, make sure the dogs don't come running up here and ruining my hard work. And yeah, I'm gonna do the lounge really quickly and then I'll check back in with you guys when I start doing the kitchen. Okay, so I'm down in the kitchen now. These are the bits that I'm gonna be using just here. So this is the same disinfectant spray I've used everywhere else. I'm gonna use that for like the surfaces and whatnot. I have my kitchen cloth. I really like this because it's kind of got like a bit of a scrubby feel to it rather than just like a normal microfiber cloth. So I use that to do the worktops and stuff. Oven, I got this the other day to try out to do the oven. I've never used this before. It's a Sif Ultra Power Oven and Grill. Apparently it's fume free. So I'm probably going to use this first because it says that you should just put it on there, leave it and then rinse it. I have another Sif product. This is a stainless steel one. I actually don't really rate it that much. I just much prefer using just like normal disinfectant. I honestly don't think that makes it any better. One little thing I do like doing is putting a little bit of baby oil on the stainless steel to make it shiny. I've got my window cleaner because we've got some big bifold doors in here which dogs have been pressing their face up against. I've got like a little scourer, scrubby brush to do the oven as well when I rinse that. Another cloth to do the windows because the other one was dirty. I put all the old dirty cloths in the washing machine. And I think that's it. The only other thing is I have my steam mop, which I am obsessed with. I can't believe I didn't get one sooner. So I actually put a little bit of disinfectant in, just like a capful in with my, in the water chamber of my steam mop, which is amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna get cracking. So I started with the oven because I had to leave the cleaner on there for a little while. I simply just sprayed it on and then just left it there while I cracked on with everything else. I started by cleaning the worktops with my lavender disinfectant. And once I've finished wiping the surfaces down, I always pick up any kind of chairs, bar stools, get them off of the floor, ready for doing the floor after. I then moved on to the sink, so I just went in with my Sif stainless steel cleaner, gave that a good wipe down. I actually usually wash my dish rack thing first, but I completely forgot. Once that was all clean, I just ran the hot tap. I pushed the plugs down and I filled the sink with boiling water and a cap full of disinfectant. This just fully disinfects the sink and it leaves the room smelling really nice as well. Over to our kind of like lounge area in the room, we've been putting a blanket down on the sofa so that it doesn't get mucky. We can just change the blanket out whenever we want. Milo was desperate for a nap, bless him. But yeah, I just wanted to give it a good shake, make sure there's nothing left on it, and just kind of readjust the cushions a little bit. I also went in with the fabric freshener Shock and gave it a good spray as well, because like I said, the dogs love sleeping on here, they like having a cuddle on here, and we don't want everything smelling like dogs. Once that was all done, I then went in and hoovered. I just like making sure I do this after kind of making sure all the dust and dirt is wiped off the surfaces. There's nothing left on the sofa or anything like that. After I'd hoovered, I then went back to the oven. So the product had been left on the oven for about half an hour. And all you do is simply just go in and kind of wipe it off. So I went in with this scourer and kind of scrubbed it. I was actually really impressed. The product didn't smell bad. It came off pretty easily. I think I could have left it a little bit longer, but I just kind of scrubbed some of it off, and then I went in with a wet cloth and just wiped off the excess. Last step, guys. Right, so this is my steam mop. So I just filled up the chamber with water and 1 cap of disinfectant. You simply pour it in, wait for it to heat up, and then you're good to go. I'm honestly absolutely in love with this steam mop. It cleans it so much better than a normal mop, and also because it's so hot when it comes out, it dries really quickly, and it also dries streak free as well. The reason I wanted this particular one is also because it has a triangular head, so it makes it really easy to get into like corners and up against the skirting board and everything like that. Right guys, I am going to call it a day there. I didn't get everything that I wanted to get done. done, but majority of it is done. I'm feeling a lot better, feels a lot fresher in here. Things that I didn't get done, I wanted to do the windows, but I'm kind of thinking it's pointless because the grass is still a little bit muddy and the dogs just run around, they jump up at the windows. So we do really need to get our windows like professionally cleaned, to be honest. So I think we're just going to book that in instead. What else did I not do? I need to do like the skirting boards and stuff in here, but to be honest, I'm going to go around and do some DIY at some point. So touching up some of the skirting boards is on my list. So I didn't see any point in giving them a proper good scrub down now for the dogs to get them muddy, to then scrub them down and paint them. So that's my logic there. I also just kind of ran out of time as well. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on so you don't miss an upcoming video. And until next time, I will see you guys later.